Toodly toot toot toot.
Took all your other ones, right?
Yes, I took everything that I had there. Yep.
Okay.
This isn't my flea circus. That's an old meme right there. That's, if you remember that, you're OG DFF. That's OG year one DFF meme right there. This isn't my flea circus. Ooh.
It might be a YouTube member because they're getting all the old backlog shit.
It could be.
Getting refreshed on the old shit.
This isn't my flea circus. Hail Paul. I don't want to be hailed. This isn't medieval Europe. You can say hello, or howdy, or what's up, or what it do. I'll even accept that one. What do you hear? What do you say? Same little shit, different day, you know? I was thinking about something this morning right when I woke up, so I must have been dreaming. I was arguing, I don't even remember with who, in a dream, about how quickly shit gets memory hold, like in modern times, like how quickly people forget. Some people forget. Like, let's use the example of like this last electoral cycle. What happened during this last electoral cycle will be memory hold within a month or two. Like, it will be recontextualized by people who are doing it on purpose, obviously, who know better. But by the time another election pops, there will be an entirely new narrative about the Biden administration, about why Kamala lost to Trump. You're already seeing it take shape. There's people out there like, there was voter suppression. She stole it. Right? There is going to be soon, because it's the work is already being done, a massive reality shift perceptually in what happened in the last 4 years. And when it comes time to elect another president, for example, you will have to argue with people about the basic reality of what happened during the Biden administration and why Biden lost. You will have to remind them that he was demented as fuck, that he couldn't speak, couldn't talk, was falling over all the time, right? All of that shit is about to get memory hold. It's on the route now. I've noticed that there has, within the last month, there's been this new giant kind of campaign, not just in our social media range, but just all over the place, of people who, in my mind, are utterly most responsible for Trump. The people that rode with Biden no matter what are now trying to make you and I, people that questioned, responsible for Trump.
I know, it's such weird, misdirected anger. It's like,
It is.
it's your fault that Trump won. Like,
It's like, If it was my fault that Trump won, it's like reason number 923 that he fucking won. You know, people
you
sitting home,
personally convinced every swing state voter to change their
it just
vote.
gets, but that's part of the memory holding,
Yeah.
is people will step up and just start confidently making arguments. They'll just step up and go like, "Psst, see, this is what you guys get. And it's like, what? This is what you guys get. You, if you simped Biden and ignored all the problems, you, if you simped Kamala and ignored all the fucking issues, are responsible for Trump.
Well,
Not I.
Look at how Bernie Sanders is acting now, like asking, like, do you think healthcare is a human right? Asking RFK when he should have been asking Kamala.
Oh yeah. He didn't have any of that for the Democrats until they lost. It's crazy.
He was begging, like, please forget the genocide. Just put it aside.
Yep. And this is like, I'm not even just talking about me though. This isn't just about me. What is going on? Like, people that are aware of me trolling is a microcosm, right, of what's going on in the broader media sphere and in people's minds, right? It's a battleground right now.
Like, here's what happened with them ignoring the genocide. Now Trump gets to take credit for them ramping down the killing.
Absolutely. I feel like that was the plan from the jump.
Because they couldn't fucking put on their big boy gloves and really push Israel to do a ceasefire sooner. Now Trump's getting credit.
Yep.
Now Trump doesn't have that genocide in his hands.
Yep. Speaking of crazy, RFK is a certified nutcase. I don't know if it was fake, but I read he wants to stop research on drugs and infectious diseases. I mean, you got to be careful. You got to be careful what you're reading right now, because people are fucking going wild. Like, this whole Medicare thing, which ended up being like pretty much a nothing burger.
Oh, the Medicaid thing, you mean?
The
Like
Medicaid portals going down or some shit. And they were back up the same day. And they're back up now. And but everybody ran with, Trump's canceling Medicaid. He destroyed Medicaid. It's like,
and you know, like, he always, like, back in his first term, was doing shit that he knew was going to be stopped by the courts and then just moving on.
Yep.
He knew the courts would be like, no, you can't do this.
This is why the Democrats should have taken this electoral cycle seriously and held a primary. That's it. And that fact right there, the fact that the Democrats gaslit about Peepaw, I'll tell you some of the things that are going to get memory hold about this. Number one, Biden was competent. You're going to start hearing that. Even though it was obvious to everybody with a brain, Biden was not doing it. Biden, that's going to get memory hold. The fact that Peepaw was demented is going to get memory hold. The fact that nobody wanted Kamala is going to get memory hold. It is going to be recontextualized as stubborn leftists just wouldn't bite the bullet. And the memory hole just fucking fills in on the top, and everybody just walks over it like it's a pothole.
Well, the Democrats were basically just saying, like, we don't even need your votes, leftists. We're not going to budge on this, this, and this.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Even like big commentator guys like Destiny was saying, like, I went on Destiny's show and he was like, we don't need you. We don't want you. Talking about leftists. Talking about people who had reservations about voting for Joe Biden again because of genocide, because of the economy. Like, that's what's going on already. Yeah, thank you. I was going to say, dude, Rose Thurgood has been desperately trying to get banned. Can somebody please give her what she needs? I don't think she's going to feel right unless somebody bans her. Just like... Look where we are now. I know.
Yeah, Trump's doing what he did last time. He's trying to get everyone running around like chickens with their heads cut off, not knowing what to go after. There's a million things going
Just
on.
keeping himself in the news
Yeah.
every single fucking second of every single day. And the media, and commentators, and everybody's going to run with it. It's just wild. It really is. It's truly and genuinely wild to me. The memory holding. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be, dude. By the time there's another election, mark my words and write it down. They will be talking about how Biden was the greatest president ever. There will be a whole new narrative about how Trump stole it. It's wild out there. Reality doesn't matter anymore. The facts don't matter anymore. What matters is information control and narrative control. And it's already begun. People are already picking apart the reason why the Democrats lost this last electoral cycle. They're already dismantling it, pulling it apart, recontextualizing it, and putting the finger of blame at the only people who knew what was going on. Pointing the finger of blame at people who were going like, Biden ain't it. Kamala ain't it. Those are the people who are to blame, not the people who uncritically supported them and watched them drop the strap in a historically giant, fucking almost like just sub landslide election.
Like the only popular vote Republicans won since when, like 2004 or something?
Yep. Post 9/11, George W. Bush's popular vote is the only one I can point to in my lifetime where the Republicans outperformed the Democrats. The only. The only. Nobody's talking about that. That's not part of the discussion. What is part of the discussion is get online and let's get to recontextualizing the last 4 years. The world was a paradise from 2020 to 2024. So you magically became DNC chair. What would your first edicts be moving forward? I would 100% get money out of the party. I would immediately primary any Republicrat, anybody that's not towing the line. I would immediately start a media campaign working with the American people to reinvigorate their interest in the Democratic Party. And I would immediately start on a list of fucking major issues that need to be handled in this fucking country. And I would, you know, that would be it. I would engage the working people of this country.
I think the whole text begging for donations
It's garbage.
should be retired.
It's garbage. Nobody's doing it. It's garbage.
People that are doing it are just throwing money into the memory hole.
Yep.
It just
Yep.
they don't fucking
What about a campaign to not overeat and be healthier? Cool. I'll do that too. Do you know you're fat? Hey, guy, did you know you're fat? Love it.
I think the Democrats need a fatty. They haven't had a fatty in who knows how long.
I've been saying it forever.
Like Trump is a fatty,
Trump's fatter than
and
shit.
he
He's fat as the
resonated
moon.
with the fat.
Oh yeah, there's like what is it, like 60% of people in America or something like that are overweight.
Yeah. Fucking Obama and Michelle were all like, eat your vegetables. And Trump's like, I like McDonald's.
I know.
I'm going to serve McDonald's in the White House.
Get you some McDonald's.
We need a chunk.
We do.
The Democrats. Like, can you even think of one chunk Democrat that got anywhere in recent memory?
Tried. Let me think. Nope. I can't think of any. Tim Walz isn't fat.
He's just an old man.
He's just an old dude. Yeah, Tim Walz is not fat. I mean, I will say this: Tim Walz has put on about 30 pounds since the election. I saw him giving a speech the other day, and I was like, Tim.
But no, we need a solid chunk. We need a fucking Taft.
Yeah, we need a big fatty. We need a great big old fatty. Somebody last night was in my chat reveling in the fantasy that Trump is going to lock up people like me purely on the basis of our gender expression or politics. Cool. Yeah. The chuds have been empowered. I'll just warn everybody else, if all you have is a single emoji, you probably ought to just keep it to yourself. That guy's, it's too late for him, but it's not too late for you. There's one rule here. We'll go over it real quick since there's a lot of folks in here tonight, or today, this morning, whatever the fuck it is. You type in the chat only something that you would say to me if you were sitting in the backyard with me. You keep your social graces in check, like you do every day when you go out. That's all I ask. This is not a place for you to pretend that you're Mr. Anonymous Man. And if you're here to do that, if you're here to do pick me shit, you're here to try and be funny and fail by saying shit that you'd never even like peep in person, you're gonna get banned. Cool? Cool. Am I a liberal? Fuck no. No thank you. All these people who are wanting LGBTQ plus people to what? Oh fuck, everything's going so fast. People in prison, etc., are in the closet and just hate themselves. What? Okay, I don't know what that means. You're not liberal, but what are you? I'm a labor leftist. I'm 100% about labor and the labor movement. I think that blue-collar working people should get a bigger slice of the pie that they make and bake. That's it. That's my politics.
I would say that, community falling apart is the source of a lot of woes right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been.
The union is one of those points of community that used to be huge. Like, it used to be the point for, like, social gatherings and for, community organizing unions.
I mean, that used to be one of them, yeah. Oh. So brisk. Ooh, what labor are you in? I'm a welder, and I think we get paid a good amount. I'm glad that you get paid a good amount. That's not the entirety of what I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about social safety net as well, right? I'm speaking about medical care and medical insurance. I'm speaking about the cost and price of food and lodging and transportation. I'm talking about everything that takes money out of the wallet of a working person and redistributes it back to the government or back to the rich. So it's not just about pay. Like, I'm glad that you as a tradesman are getting paid well. The reason for that is likely because of the labor movement. You're likely part of a trade union, a welders union,
Or competing with trade.
or you're competing with
unions.
trade unions, right? So one of the reasons why that you get paid well as a welder is because the labor union has established a salary schedule for welders, and your company either works with the union or competes with the union. You see?
Like we saw a billboard one time doing one of our road trips of like union wages, not a unionized workplace, but they knew that unions raise wages and they were advertising that they had union level wages.
Right. Yep.
What takes a bigger bite out of them than pay is benefits, and that's the real thing you gotta turn the key on them for to get.
Her wife's Reddit account got exposed. What got exposed? Why don't you go ahead and tell us all about it, bro? Tell us all about it.
You guys are so proud of fucking going through 3 years of shit because you were bored as fuck.
I know. And there's like nothing in there to be ashamed of at all. So go ahead, dude.
I made the mistake of acting like a normal person on
Yep.
Reddit.
Yep.
Oh no.
People are goofy. Who's smarter, you or her? Her. By a country mile.
I don't know about that. I think we're smart in different ways.
Maybe so. You're giving beta vibes. Your wife sounds regarded. You can say retarded in here, I think. You don't have to use the skibbity. You can say retarded if you want. She can't even speak. Wow, you guys are real great today. Anything else? Keep it going. Let's get that next alt. How many did you make today? Let's burn about 15 of them.
Make you have to get a whole new Google account.
Let's get them. People are so fucking goofy, dude. Drop down and give you 20. How about I just give you dumbass a fucking band, bro? Pick me, bitch. How about that? How about I just smoke you out of here?
I'm getting hungry, Jake.
Lol. Lol. The fucking mating call of the fucking dunked on. Lol. Corn dog as vato. Huh? Are you a cholito? Are you a cholito pequeño? Vamos a ver. I like her hair. I like her hair. Uno cholito más pequeño. This chat today. Man, there's a lot of people in this chat that are trying for a win and getting a big fat, just holding a big fat L today. Hold the L. Stream started so strong, and now the tards are out to play. I know. It's the way it goes. It's the way it goes with these. And you still get good Mexican eats near your new digs. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. No. Okay? No. I can't. Hey, Naughty Priest. Hope your day is good too, sir. Looks like it's going to snow here this weekend. And part of next week, probably. Minus 20 and snowing in Canada. Jesus. Minus 20. That's
But
fucking...
is it minus 20 Celsius? That's not as bad as
Yeah, minus 20
20.
Celsius is not bad. I forget. You guys are fucking... You guys do the metric bull fucking shit. Do you fly to Japan and do IRL content with Ice Poseidon? No.
I mean, it's -4 Fahrenheit for -20 Celsius, so it's still bad, but it's not,
it is bad.
you know, like, as stark as it sounds.
Minus 41 Celsius this weekend.
Oh,
Whoa.
boy. Competing. that's like the little quirk of winter. Everyone's like, I'm cold. No, I'm colder.
Yeah.
I'm colder.
Have you used DeepSeek yet? No. I have not. I'm not real all that. I'm not super duper like fascinated by AI. I really don't do much with it. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that other people do stuff with it. I just don't. Do you have an inner monologue? Yes. There are people that do not have inner monologues. That kind of creeps me out. Well,
Like, how do you read without a voice in your head?
I don't know. I don't know how you work I don't know how you work through anything without working through it with yourself. Seem both fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by the implications of it on the future. I'm uninterested in the current iteration of it. Does that make sense?
You don't have much interest in making little conversations with it or making little pictures with it.
No.
I think the real kind of creepy implication is like how many people are going to be friends with just an AI.
Oh, there's
Like,
a lot.
Their only friend.
Yeah,
is
there's
an
a
AI.
lot. Yeah, a lot of people dating it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like dating, I guess, in air quotes. Pretty fucking wild.
the nice rocking chair is downstairs because this deck is okay, but it's not like the most structurally sound deck to have a bunch of heavy shit on it. He had his brekkie.
Saw him licking his chops. Saw him licking his chops. I knew he must have had some brick. Ooh, because he only lick a chop when he's had his brick. How are you going to ask for arguments from people you ban? I don't care about their arguments. Somebody gets banned out of here, it's because they were rude, impertinent, or too stupid to have a conversation with me. So whatever their arguments are, fall on deaf ears.
You just invite the alts so that you can get rid of those too.
Yeah. Most of the people that are like that have infinity free time glitch. They've got like 2 infinity stones. They've got the infinity free time infinity stone, and they've got the mom's Wi-Fi infinity stone. And so that means that they've got all day to create 15 different alts to skirt around the bans and stuff. So, but yeah, I really got to be honest with you. I don't care about your arguments, even if you're kind, all that much. But I definitely don't waste my time if you're a piece of shit. Yep. Infinite free time plus mom's Wi-Fi equals nothing good for anybody, ever. It never, ever ends well. Not for us, not for the poor little victim of neglect. Parental neglect. Ugh. I've seen the snake, yeah. It's $3,000 or $4,000 or something, and it's got a mechanical metal snake that moves through a series of wheels on the outside of the watch. It's pretty fucking cool. I like the Movado blank face, all black, only like 500. Yeah, Movado watches are not my thing, but that's cool. You know, Kim Jong-un wears a Movado. He wears 2 watches, a Movado and an IWC Schaffhausen. The IWC is about $5,000 to $8,000, and the Movado is about a $300 watch. What is the end goal when you're talking about politics or social issues? Like, is it to sharpen, rhetorical sword, or do you have hope to convince people? I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I honestly don't know. I think I'm a little bit too. I feel like I'm a little bit too cynical to think that like I'm going to change people's minds. So I don't really think that's why I do it. Sharpen the rhetorical sword, I guess. Maybe.
I mean, I think you might just like arguing too.
I do. I've always liked arguing. And I'll be honest with you, like, arguing politics with people gives me a way to stand my ground in an argument without crossing over into personal things. And it keeps me focused because I'm an argumentative person and I've got a pretty, like, sharp tongue when it comes to stuff. And I would rather that be used arguing about some social issue than just against everybody in my life constantly, 24/7, you know? Who challenged you the most in an argument? Challenged me. I mean, I've had quite a few challenging arguments before. I think as ugly as it can kind of get between us, because we're both kind of similar stubbornness. I mean, TJ and I have had a lot of really challenging arguments, not just about politics, obviously, but you know, yeah. But like your Operation Decapitate Multi-Headed Hydra. Yeah. Simultaneous Hydra decapitation. Yeah.
Mama's hands are getting too cold.
Oh, get your booty in there. I recently stumbled on your debate with Jamie. She seemed capable of expanding upon our argument. I don't even remember that. That was like legitimately 3.5 years ago or 4 years ago or some shit, bro. It's like beyond ancient history to me. I don't even remember what we talked about. It's so weird to me how certain things that you do for you, that's one of the strange mysteries of content creation, is like I'll do something, right? I'll say something, I'll participate in a stream, or I'll do something, right? Something online. For me, it's a Tuesday. I forget about it probably 20, 30 minutes after it's done. For the people that watch it, it's a seminal event that I'm going to be hearing about for the next 4 years. It's wild. It really is. People will quote you from 6 years ago, and you'll be like, I guess. You know, I guess. I appreciate you aren't taking the easy Destiny win. I hope you can go back and argue with people more. I don't think he's going to be having average people on his show anymore. I just don't think I'll be talking to Destiny again. And it's not out of, you know, I'm not doing that for moral reasons or whatever. I don't think him talking to me is what allowed him to allegedly, you know, violate people's trust and stuff. It has nothing to do with that. I just don't think he is going to be as receptive to people who aren't vetted through his whatever vetting process. It's the worst part about being well known. I don't know. You'd have to find somebody who's well known. I'm not well known. I'm a pretty small content creator, although, I'm a rung or two above your average content creator because I've been doing it for a living for so long. But Destiny is likely in damage control mode for a long time. Probably, yeah, I would imagine, yeah. I think it would be hundreds of people coming in here like they know you. I mean, yeah, it would be thousands probably if I was well known. Car is somewhat sorted. I don't know your opinion really, just how chill you are. I'm sitting here smoking, and I can relate with you on that at least. Oh, yeah, that's cool, man. So, what are you doing for your good mind culture? Say what, son? Son, say what? I wasn't aware you'd said your new location. I haven't. Destiny turned into two progressive friends into neoliberals. Unforgivable. Yeah. Are there any online interactions you'll have that you'll remember fondly? Online interactions that I've had that I'll remember fondly. Yeah, uh, the one that really pops to my head is I had the most fun with Casey Tron when she was on DP. I feel like that our senses of humor played really well off of each other. And I remember that show pretty fondly because she was just a fun guest, you know. And that's really the only interaction I've ever had with her was that one show where we spent a couple hours riffing. But I've always thought that that was a really fun show and that she was really good and that it would be fun to do that again someday, you know. Said I'm trying to drag my mushroom tip down the crack of that eye, Bubba. Really? You trying to? People only do two things. Either they try and pull you into their habits or you pull them into yours. Yeah. What do you find is a trait that intriguing people have? I don't. Intriguing people. I don't know. Like the people that intrigue me have a good solid sense of who they are. It's and I'm not. It's not a superpower or anything, but having studied psychology, having spent a lot of time on both sides of that, right? Studying psychology and then participating in psychology as a patient, right? I feel like, and then I just think that certain people have this kind of read. It's probably more about my upbringing than anything. But when a person doesn't know who and what they are, it's like they have a big, giant purple nose or something. It's like unmissable to me. And I'm not saying that I know perfectly who I am or what I am or whatever. I'm not trying to claim that I have some. It's just that there are a lot of people out there struggling with which personality to put forward. Everybody has this pocket full of different personalities that we use, right? when we're amongst family, when we're amongst friends, when we're amongst enemies, when we're amongst an audience, whatever, right? When we're anonymous, when we're not anonymous, there's all of these conflicting personality constructs within a person, right? And when a person doesn't know which one of those is the core of them, it is, like I said, it's like they have a big red clown nose on their face. I can't look away from it. I can't not notice it. And it makes them incapable of human connection in a way that makes them not interesting to me. I'm not interested in talking to somebody's construct for very long. You understand what I'm saying? The kind of like fake social graces, false politeness and stuff. I mean, all of that stuff makes the world go round in a certain way. But it is not interesting to me. Your social graces mask is not interesting to me. Your meme lord on the internet, because I'm anonymous mask, is not interesting to me. I've got a big set of bollocks on the internet, but I have zero bollocks in the real world. Not interesting to me. You know what I mean? I like real people. That's intriguing to me. It's intriguing to me when somebody is willing to admit their faults and their foibles. It's intriguing to me when somebody has given up on the fruitless objective of the internet of looking smart, pretending to be smart, pretending to be clever. Those are the types of people that intrigue me. People that don't need other people's feedback to put out into the world what they are and who they are. I seek that in a human being. And I find those human beings, genuine individuals, people that have a genuine personality and they're not concerned with what you think about it. That's intriguing to me. Yeah, that's intriguing. It's also rare. Any games you're afraid to touch because you fear it will take too much of your time? For me, it's Baldur's Gate. Yeah, for me, it's like the type of game that I feel like would really suck my time out to the point of no return would be like a really good modern MMO. Those types of games will, like, I think I have like a natural inclination towards those types of games. And so if a really, really good modern MMO came out that was like fresh and fun, it might be hard for me to budget my time. But yeah, I don't get sucked into long form games like I used to. I think as I've gotten older, I'm more inclined to go after a game that is more arcade style, where you can kind of pick up, play, make a little bit of progress, but if you die or don't, it doesn't matter. Type of games. Low risk, low reward kind of fun games is what I play now. You know, these hyper involved, super dense type of games, like there's only 2 or 3 that I'll even fucking go near, bro. I do like space sim type of games, so Elite Dangerous. I play Star Citizen on and off. Like these kind of fiddly, super complex games where you really have to learn a whole lot of systems in order to play it. I like those types of games, but only just, man. It's got to be a certain type. Short and sweet games, yeah. I mean, I like those too. It's a really good modern MMO really exists. I think WoW Hardcore is as close as it comes right now. So much drama. I don't know. I don't play any of them, so I couldn't really tell you. Yeah, I mean, like the MMOs, especially like if you're, because I was when I first started playing, I raided a little bit, or not raided. I guess that's probably not the term. I wasn't doing like super duper high end stuff. When I first started playing WoW, I was in a guild and we would go do dungeon runs and stuff, and it started to be like shit that I would schedule into my life. Like I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, dude, 3 o'clock today, I gotta go online because 3:30 is when we're gonna go run this and blah blah. And it was just like, dude, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing and why am I doing it? Like why is this video game something that I have to schedule? And why can't I just pick it up and have fun with it? I've got to like I've got to like work around 8 other people's fucking schedules in order to go and have fun with the game and progress in the game. It's like, nah, no, thank you. Yeah, early WoW was fun. It really was. It was a fun game, and it was a harder game. It was like a way more fiddly kind of game when it first came out. The last time I played World of Warcraft was probably 3 or 4 years ago, and the game played itself. Like I quit so quick because it's just like now you got quest markers, you got things on the ground that lead you like right to what you're supposed to click on. You've got this, you've got that. It's basically a game that like you could have it play itself with like an auto clicker. It's horrible now. It's just so homogenized. And this is typically what happens to MMO games. It's like an MMO will come out, a core group of players will latch onto it and make it successful. So successful, in fact, that it breaks out and normies start playing it. Then the normies come in and they go, this is too hard. This is lame. This gameplay loop isn't satisfying. I lost my stuff. I don't like that I can't win in PvP. And they start homogenizing the fucking game. They start making it so easy a moron could do it. And then they even dumb it down from there. And then pretty soon you've got a game like Modern WoW that basically just doesn't even need you. Like it doesn't even need you to play it. It's got all of these background quests that are progressing because of time. It's got just grindy shit where you're just destroying the same type of mob over and over again to grind reputation, and it's not even hard. It's got these like dungeons that are inconsequential now because you just hit a button and you're thrown into an instance with a bunch of people, and they've dumbed it down so that, you know, 3 retarded people and 2 competent people can clear the dungeon. It's just garbage. And that's what happens when these types of MMOs come out and get popular, is the general populace wants to be max level, and they want to have all the cool stuff, and they want to do all the cool things in the game, but they don't want to get good. They don't want to struggle against the game at all. They don't want to have any kind of challenge in the game. And if you put too much challenge in it, they'll whine and quit instead of getting good. And so you start to dumb your game down. You start to make it into a little fluffy bunny bopping simulator. And then it just becomes like probably massively popular, but it becomes unplayable for me. From what I understand, it seems like EVE Online avoided being homogenized. It did to a certain extent, and look at how people will talk about EVE, spreadsheet simulator. It's like because the game demands that you learn some intricate systems and that you play it on its terms. People just go like, it's boring, it sucks, and it's just like, dude, if you know. That game would have literally been fly around, click one button, pew pew, you win simulator. If these games had, if whoever makes that, I can't remember the name of the game company that runs EVE Online. I want to say it's ICP or something, but it's not. It's something like that. OCP. It's not that either. But anyway, that game company, had it treated EVE Online, right, like World of Warcraft, it would have completely alienated its player base in favor of making a click, click, pew, pew, you win, here's loot simulator like WoW. And it would be just a garbage game that nobody talks about. CCP, thanks. There you go. Not ICP, not OCP. Not the Insane Clown Posse, not Omni Consumer Products from fucking RoboCop. CCP. Got it. Dude, ICP should have made a game a long time ago. Call it Chicken Hunting or something, you know? Chicken hunting. Who's going chicken hunting? Cut a motherfucking chicken up. Yeah. You get to pick Violent J or Shags. They've both got different moves, right? I see it like a Streets of Rage style side-scrolling beat 'em up, right? Where you get to pick between Violent J and Shags, right? And they both got different ways of fighting. And your enemies are bigots, rednecks, racists, cops, right? The first little piggy. His house is, yeah, scientists. Yeah, scientists for sure. People that can read. Like people that can crack a book. They got to be a big enemy type. He lives in a chicken, turkey, piggy neighborhood. He likes to fuck his sister and drink his moonshine. Typical redneck, filthy fucking swine. What is the limit for driving on alcohol in the USA? I don't know. I think it probably is. There's not like there probably is a federal statute, but there's probably state level statutes. So it's different probably from county to county, honestly, in the United States. But I don't know exactly what the reading is where you get arrested. 0.08. Okay, well, people are a lot of people know this. A lot of people know this. I can tell a lot of you motherfuckers have fucking puffed the tube. I've never had to puff the tube. I can tell a lot of you motherfuckers have puffed the tube, dude. A lot of you motherfuckers have hit the blower, bro. You guys have fucking reversed smoked on that fucking glass dick, dude. .0 in Norway. Damn. You can't even have a sip. I have allegedly smoked and driven too. Allegedly. From de temps en temps. Yeah, how many of you need to blow the tube to crank your car up? You got a breathalyzer governor on your fucking starter, don't you? I know you. In Canada, they just ignore drunk drivers until they get into an accident. That sounds Canadian. That's Canadian. I'm kind of a hard ass when it comes to like drunk driving. I'm a bit of a hard ass. Ugh. I feel like you get 2 and you're done. I feel like 2 strikes and you're out. You get 2 DWIs or DUIs or whatever they're calling them now. 2 of them, you're not driving no more, bro. You don't get your license eternally revoked. A bunch of people in their early 20s are done then. Sucks to be them. I think it would instill a little bit more fucking like thought in people in their early 20s if they knew 5 or 6 people that could never drive a fucking vehicle in the rest of their entire life and were, you know, waiting for the fucking bus forever. I think if you knew 5 or 6 people that done fucked up and found out and got 2 DUIs and got their fucking license eternally revoked, I think the next time that it came time for you to jump up behind the wheel, drunk as fuck, I feel like you'd probably like think twice about that shit. You know what I mean? Here, let me turn on a light at least. There we go. One light is all you get. Whoa, Black Betty. Wham, wham, wham. Let there be light. And there was light, and Paul saw that it was good. And yea, verily did Paul spark a doobie, and he smelled that it was good. I've never done it for the same reason I've never stolen from a store. I'm paranoid that I'd get caught immediately. Yeah. Well, I fucked around, drove drunk a couple of times in my life. And very luckily, nothing happened as a result. I was a teenager both times, so, you know, not that like makes that much of a difference, but not that makes much of a fucking difference at all. What are you doing, dude? Why is this autoplay shit happening? Get out of here. Dude, the world is crazy, bro. Sorry, I was just looking at Twitter real quick to see if anything was going on. And then it reminded me late last night before I went to bed, I saw about that fucking crazy plane crash, which I don't even know how this fucking shit happens. It makes no sense to me. A military helicopter was flying in airspace that was reserved for planes, like commercial passenger planes, and just casually like hovering in that airspace, and as the plane approached, didn't move, didn't get out of the way, just kind of casually sat still while a plane hit it, while it was hovering in airspace reserved for it just seems like something that like it seems like something that like just shouldn't happen based on safety protocols that are like strictly adhered to. Like it seems like that there should never be a military helicopter that is straying into airspace that's just accidentally, you would have to guess, accidentally hovering in airspace reserved for commercial aircraft. Then you go to the other end, right? Commercial aircraft have all kinds of sensors and warnings and this and that and like radar and lidar that like seeks obstruction, right? So do these Black Hawk helicopters. And like nobody took evasive action and was able to miss the relatively tiny window that is a helicopter. It's just so strange to me. It's just so strange to me. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Apparently the military guys survived the crash. I heard, see, maybe that's true. I heard last night that they were pulling soldiers out of the Potomac too. So maybe some of the military guys, or one or two of them, survived it. But as of last night, they were pulling bodies out of the river. And what I heard before I went to bed was two of them were soldiers. What's the psyop, though? To make people afraid of flying even more than they are? Like, I don't get it. What's the end result of the psyop? You psyop people, like I get it, and I look, dude. I'll admit psyops exist clearly, but every time something crazy happens in the world, you scream psyop. Like what? Tell me what the benefit of the psyop is. Look at this crash while we sign bills. Nobody's watching them sign bills anyway. You realize 60% of Americans can't read page 1 of a Harry Potter book, right? That's according to the Department of Education. 60%. So what are you even talking about? Why would they need to fake a plane crash to get people who can't read minds off of something they don't ever pay attention to? Next. Gonna have to call bullshit on that one. So what else? What else you got, psyop guys? Every goddamn fucking time you guys pretend you're smart by spitting the word psyop out, but you can never fucking explain it. What's the psyop? Because I guarantee you it isn't, let's make sure people aren't watching C-SPAN. These motherfuckers can't even read most menus. Most restaurant menus are written at a fucking like middle school level. What do you think? These motherfuckers are just like hanging around watching C-SPAN, taking notes? You out of your goddamn mind? What else? What else you got? What's the psyop? Explain the psyop to me. I'm not sickened by them. I'm just like tired of hearing it every time something happens, and a bunch of fucking retards just go like, "It's a psyop, it's a psyop, it's a psyop." You're the psyop. If you're one of these psyop people, you're running the psyop. Oh man, did you guys hear that tummy rumble? Did you guys hear that? Dude, my whole stomach was like, gotta take a dump? No, already did that. That's an early morning affair for me. That's like a fucking wake up, have your first cigarette, and go take a shit. It didn't come through. Damn, I felt it though. Internally, it was like, it was one of those. You know what I mean? Like, oh, damn. You know anything about the mental element? What? What? The metal element thorium. No, I know nothing about thorium. I know nothing about most things. Fun fact, medical term for tummy rumbles is borbrigamy. Cool. Hungry? Not really, but I haven't eaten breakfast, so probably. That might be my stomach telling me, like, hey, throw some fucking oatmeal on me or something. Borborygmy. Oh. Borborygmy. Oh. It just did one. Did you guys hear that one? You heard that one? Yeah, yeah. I had me a little borborygmy. Excuse my borborygmy. Oh, excuse my borbeer. Pardon me. I just had a massive borbeer. That is awesome. Borbeer. Borborygmy is what it's called. They're talking about broadly. And then if you have one, you just had a borbeer. The rumbler. Yeah. Oh, I like that. See, you learn something fascinating every goddamn day if you pay attention. I like a boar beer, man. I'm gonna fucking be using that. I'm using boar beer. I'm gonna throw that around. Shit. Next time I have to create a character with a name, his name is gonna be Boar Beer, dude. Paul doesn't feel hunger. Um, that's kind of true. Um, yeah. I mean, I do obviously get hungry, but I don't get hungry on the same schedule that other people get hungry on it. You know what I mean? Like my stomach is rumbling. That'll tell you probably ought to eat, but I don't feel this like insane desire to put food in me at all. So, do you not experience hunger pangs when your tummy rumbles? Uh-uh. Not this time. I'm not trying to like poor me here, but I oftentimes wonder if it, because people say hunger pangs, and I understand what that means, right? Could it be that because I'm in so much fucking physical pain all day? Like I'm in physical pain all day, every day. And so is it maybe because of that that I'm not like whatever discomfort comes from that type of hunger is just a lower level fucking kind of like signal compared to what's happening to me all day? Maybe. Dude, Sneaky Deej, that's 100% me. So I guess that we're the same in that way. I feel too anxious to eat right now. I do. The thought of eating makes me anxious right now. That is so me, dude. That is so 100% how I would describe eating. For whatever reason, eating regular meals at regular times and stuff is attached to a whole gang of anxiety for me. And I am a naturally anxious person who is pretty constantly struggling against that anxious impulse. And the thought of eating right now is an anxious thought, and I don't want it. I don't know. Make it make sense. Black coffee and nicotine make the hunger go away. Well, I'm definitely indulging in those things, right? So that could be it as well. Why is being anxious such a strong thing? I don't normally feel anxious myself. Yeah, explaining anxiety in a logical way is incredibly hard for me. I can explain to you how it feels for me. It feels like I am on the edge of my brain chewing itself to death, right? That's what anxiety feels like. It feels like something that I have to manage constantly, and I have to watch my responses to things lest it take me over, and rule me, right? And so it is a burst of irrational fear and aversion. Um, a panic attack is a sustained state of emotional elevation and physical reaction. So your heart rate doubles, start sweating. I haven't had what I would call a full blown panic attack in a few months now. And I think that is largely due to the medication that I take that seems to even me out mentally enough so that I can tackle those things one at a time rather than becoming overwhelmed and cascading into a full blown panic event, right? And it is something that, you know, I sacrifice a lot to stop it. The the drugs the psychiatric drugs that I take to mitigate my state of constant panic um, have side effects, right? Physical side effects, mental side effects, and that if you talk to a person who medicates for a mental illness, you'll almost always hear the same thing, right? You'll almost always hear the same story about medication not being like a cure. It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. It really is. It liberates you to a certain extent from your natural atavistic response, but it also takes things from you. You know what I mean? Well, so one of the things that I struggle with is doing my job, right? I feel like I am way better at my job when I'm sick. So I feel like when I have this huge reservoir of untapped nervous energy to channel into what I do, I feel like I'm better at my job when I'm sick, right? And that's another thing that you will hear from people who do performance stuff and also struggle with mental illness, right? One of the hugest struggles is one of the biggest trade-offs in the mind of a lot of performers that struggle with mental illness, right? Is this medication. I've said this before. This is a fucking weird topic, but and I don't really know so I'm not like saying that what I'm about to say is the truth, but here's how I feel. This is an I feel area, okay? And I felt like this for a long time. I've been on and off medication for my illness since I was young, like 13. And one of the things I have always felt is that part of the trade-off of any kind of, or many of the medications that are available, and certainly the ones that work for me, part of that trade-off, part of what I give up is direct and easy access to the thing that makes me creative. That sounds that's see, this is hard to talk about because I don't know how to explain it logically. The nervous energy that is inherent in my illness is channeled in a positive way through my performance. And when I take medications, I have to balance my I have to find a medication that doesn't remove that ability from me entirely. Yeah. I want to stop short of saying that I want to stop short of saying that the entirety of my performance comes from that one quirk of mine, but I think it's a key part of my performance, right? I stop short of saying I can't exist without this, but I do think it is a major component. Yeah, Stephen King was an well, you never was an alcoholic. Like that's one thing about alcoholism or drug addiction is if you're an addict for life. You're not cured of alcoholism. So Stephen King is an alcoholic. He probably would tell you that. He's a recovering alcoholic, right? But yeah, it's not like that for me. Like I don't feel like um I like my performance is drug fueled, right? Or there's a necessity for a drug fueled performance here or there or anywhere. Um, I've been a I've been a pothead since I was fucking 13, so there's not a whole lot of personality change inherent with me smoking a fucking joint. It's a maintenance drug for me, honestly. Like marijuana helps take the edge off the anxiety for me if I use it properly. And that's what I use it for, right? Does it do damage to a growing brain? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. I would imagine. Yeah. I'd imagine it probably would have been better if I wasn't a pothead from such an early age. Yeah. I think that's borne out in the research, right? At least I imagine it is. Like I wouldn't, want well, it's just one of those things. Like I don't even like talking about it at this age. If I had kids, I wouldn't want. I don't have kids. I don't want kids. You know what I mean? So my prescriptions for if I had them don't really matter. But I would definitely raise my children differently than I was raised. Let's put it that way. And leave it there. Yeah. I like talking about this kind of stuff with you guys, but the truth of the matter is even discussing this mental health kind of stuff can be triggering sometimes. Um, and so I find myself like I'm like doing self soothing shit. I like went to Twitter and I'm just doom scrolling. I'm like, distract me, daddy. I think it's important. I wouldn't talk about this shit if I didn't think it was important because it does feel it's good to have those kind of simpatico moments with people. On another note, are you enjoying your break? I mean, it has been a it's been an okay break, but it's been a frustrating break. Uh, car trouble. It's been bitterly cold. Tons of errands. You know all the shit you have to do. Like I don't know if you've ever moved from one state to the next, but there's a laundry list of bullshit you've got to go through. Right? You've got to go get your fucking driver's license. You've got to go get your car registered. You've got to. It's just been like a lot of that shit, which is like the adult way, right? It's like your time off is time off only to a limited extent. Your time off is your time to do a bunch of fucking errands and adult shit that needs to be done to maintain your property. And well, okay, yeah, but you can't flex all the way from fucking the Arctic Circle, okay? You have a different concept of cold than I do, but it's cold. I'm cold, okay? I feel cold. My hands stay cold. My nose stays cold. That's cold. California cold, yeah. You have the Children of the Salt, though. I wish we had a Discord again. Blah, 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 blah. Nah. Discord, I gotta tell you, man. Discord would be cool if people were capable of being normal. You know what I mean? But the internet precludes that right now. There's a broken generation of people, and they reside largely on Discord. And anytime there's a community of people on Discord, unless that community is run with the utmost kind of fucking disregard for like the growth of that community, unless it's just like it's just a ticking time bomb. Like, unless you're running it from a purely mechanical point and the people running it are being paid to run it, if it's just like a community, it is a ticking time bomb. 100%. Doesn't matter how small and insular the community is either. If you've got 5 or more people gathered on Discord, you're sitting on a ticking time bomb. And it's only a matter of time before some ultra dramatic online monitor tan shit blows your fucking whole Discord up. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way to do it. And it's one of the fucking side effects of the way that the internet has kind of supplanted the public space. It's like people are so invested. You know, I was talking earlier about personality constructs. And what makes a person intriguing to me is they know who they are at the core of all the personality constructs that we use to navigate life, right? You're a different way with your mom than you are with your boss, than you are with your wife, than you are with your kids, right? These are all masks, personality constructs. And most people don't know which one of those masks is them. They don't have an idea of a center, right? And that's at play in what we're talking about here, right? You're not dealing directly with people in the online space. You're dealing with a personality construct. You're dealing with what that person wants you to perceive them as, rather than what that person is and who that person is, right? And that is not just a Discord problem, that's an internet problem, right? Imagine people in person acting like they do online. It's insane. I always use that. You know, when somebody comes in here and says something completely and totally out of pocket, right? That they would never even murmur within earshot of me, ever, right? Or anybody. I try and put a fucking public face on what they feel is a private interaction, right? And it's like, would you ever, in in a million fucking years walk up to me or anybody else and say that type of shit in mixed company in public? The answer is 100% no. So once again, I'm not dealing with a person, I'm dealing with a personality construct. I'm dealing with a mask that that person throws up over their face when they interact with people. And to me, that is the most boring, trite, fruitless type of interaction on the planet. And if you watch these at all, you know that I'm desperately, desperately trying to cultivate not a community, but a group of people who aren't functionally retarded and who can talk about things like we just talked about: medication, anxiety, depression, right? I like having these types of discussions, but I'm also committed to it being a discussion, and that the chat matters. What you put in there matters, just like if you walked up to me and said something out loud matters. But I'm not interested at all in meeting your 13th personality construct. And I feel like 90% of the interactions I have in the online space are exactly that. You know, there are very, very, very few people that are regulars in here that I feel are giving me them. And they're the interesting folks in here, right? The blind programmers, the Phoebes. You know, a lot of my wrenches are people. Bradley is a dude that I know is a genuine fucking dude, or at least that's the read I have on him, right? He's a guy I met through Discord, and he seems like a painfully normal person to have met on Discord. You know what I mean? Like this is a short list of people that I've collected as regulars, and you know, Naughty Priest. And not just because he donates. Naughty Priest is smart. He doesn't drag the conversation 8 different fucking ways. He doesn't have a big mask on. He talks about what he is. That's intriguing to me. I like people. I don't like your mask. I don't care about what kind of Joker mask you put on to pretend to be something on the internet. You know what I mean? Love the way you think. Well, I mean, I'm not, this is not like, I didn't make this shit up. The idea of social constructs, right, is pretty well studied, pretty well known. It's just not something that people talk about on the internet much, to be honest with you, because it's just kind of like, why harsh my vibe? A lot of people are vibing on getting to be a superhero in their own minds on the internet, right? And they, I guess in their world, it doesn't matter that it's painfully uninteresting, painfully boring, and often just like socially undesirable to have them around, right? They're loud, obnoxious. They don't abide by any kind of decorum. They're not interested or capable of having an adult conversation about an adult topic. And so they go to like fat, smoking, fat, smoking. It's like, that ain't interesting to me. Yeah, no, yeah, you can unban Shane. He was, I think he was, I didn't mean to call him out. how are you? Do you prefer black marbles? God, dude. Fucking kill me now. You know, it's interested. I think people are interested in the idea of constructs without knowing it a lot of the times. Like, for example, like look at some of the culturally relevant philosophical examinations of personality construct, right? Most notably, I think, at least culturally speaking, is The Matrix, right? That movie came out in like 1998 or some shit, and it's still culturally relevant to this day, still used constantly to kind of like explain other concepts, right? I think one of the reasons for that, if you listen to Lana Wachowski talk about, you know, what the Matrix represents, and then if you look at the new Matrix movie that was made a few years ago, right? It is a story about personality constructs at varying levels, right? And that, in the case of that universe, semi-physical constructs, right, or constructs that are projected into a world that's physical but isn't real. And the varying layers of that is part of the storytelling, right? Who is Neo when they pick him up on the street versus Neo at the end of the film when he stands up after being shot and the bullet holes heal and he fucking, you know, wins against these, you know, who, like, that's varying layers. Like the whole implication, right, is that Thomas Anderson is a construct. The man that goes to work every day and hates his job, the man that's lonely and tired and angry at the world, is a personality construct. It's not just the world in we're talking in the Matrix, right? It's not just the world that is a construct. It is you, Thomas Anderson, that is the construct. And the real you slumbers somewhere, right? You understand what I'm saying here? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? The real you is asleep somewhere in a pod in stasis, unused, because the mask of Thomas Anderson, right, is what you're using to interface with the world. What percentage of these trolls on here that I don't want to talk about trolls? Who cares? Well, that's what we're talking about here, man. This personality construct shit is what happens when somebody comes in and yells fat until they get banned, right? It's a very rudimentary personality construct where they get to perceive a win by being impertinent and annoying, right? It's a mask. Who that person is that comes in and goes, frat, 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 would probably blow your fucking mind. That would be intriguing. That would be intriguing to have a person who does that open up and tell you what they really are and what they really believe and what's really going on in their fucking actual world. That would be intriguing. Coming in here and yelling fat 3 times until you get banned or trying to make an N-word tower. You know what I mean? It's about as worrisome as a cloudy day where I'm from. Think about it, dude. So you make a good point there, somebody. My alter ego is annoying. Think about like the promise of the internet, right? One of the things that people love doing, you can see it all over this, right? Pretending you're something you're not. So like you get to have a Batman Bruce Wayne kind of thing, right? And imagine the caped crusader that you turn into in your heart of hearts is an annoying retard. Your Batman persona is a dude that yells monosyllabic insults and gets banned from everything he ever tries to talk into. Think about that. Your construct is an undesirable retard that everybody hopes gets banned quick. That's your construct. Woo! You could be anything. Who's gonna gainsay you? You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be a sports fucking expert, you could be a professional gambler, you could be a millionaire, a billionaire, you could be whatever you want. And you choose to be a retard that spews all caps insults in a spam fashion until you get insta banned. God bless the dead. Can you be a capybara? No. The fact that you ask that question shows that you can't be a capybara. You're not chill enough. Can I? Should I? Capybara don't think that way. Your notion of the best possible thing for yourself is something that's repulsive to everyone but you. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Mama said that my shoes could take me anywhere, so I decided to sit and call people fat on the internet. Mama said they were my magic shoes and that they would take me anywhere, so I sit around and troll on the internet. I like it that nobody thinks I'm funny or interesting. Oh, shit. What a nightmare, dude. Do you find that you use jokes to cope with mental problems? I mean, not particularly. It's not a really good coping mechanism for me. And arguable that modern angsty teenagers don't have more creative or conventional outlets to release their trolling. Yeah, but that ain't my fault. I didn't sign up to be a babysitter for fucking brain broken 20 somethings whose parents didn't raise them right and who were socially promoted through school and fucking spat out and into the world. Like, sorry, dude, I didn't sign, that's how I feel about it. Like, it sucks that you suck. Not you personally, but just, you know what I mean, in general. Sucks that you suck, but I didn't sign up to be your fucking life coach. I didn't sign up to be a fucking unpaid tard wrangler. So you get banned. Contraception begins at erection act. Dude, I've sired so many children. I pretend to be retarded on the internet, but I'm actually smart in real life. No. There's no pretending going on. You're a retard. It's cool. Probably easy being retarded, but I didn't sign up to be your fucking handler, so you just get banned up out of here. Cool. Yeah, dude. Onan's law, dude. Don't spill your seed. Don't fucking spill your seed, bro. No jerking off if you're in Missouri. Dude, that's going to go over real well. Especially when you look at how hard people goon down south and what they goon to. Let's look. Let's refresh our memories. Most popular. Let's see. We got some 2023 Pornhub searches. Here we go. Arkansas. Deep red. Deep red. The Bible Belt. America's heartland. Most popular porn search term on Pornhub in 2023 in Arkansas. Ass to mouth. They like eating doo-doo in Arkansas. Mississippi. You guys are going to fucking love this. Mississippi. God's country. God's country. Furry. Think I'm fucking with you? I'm not fucking with you. Okay? There's no fuck around. Look. There it is. Mississippi. Furry. Arkansas. Ass to mouth. Missouri. Transformation? I'm going to Missouri. The fuck is transformation when you... Louisiana. Big black dick. Oh, that's how we like it down here in Louisiana. Big black dick, y'all. God's country. Alabama. Fingering myself. What? They be typing fingering myself in Alabama when they want to jerk off. Illinois, ass eating. Michigan, bondage. Ohio, 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 Ohio. No, Ohio. What the fuck, dude? What? Ohio. 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 Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Tennessee giantess? Tennessee likes giant bitches. Tennessee wants to be fully bodily inserted into a vagina or something, which that's cool, I guess. The whole point is, I'm saying, the kinky as fuck down there. These motherfuckers don't act like Alaska sex doll. Man, you guys been up there in the winter too long. So, United States as a whole, this is fucking sad. Here's the most searched terms, all right? The number one most searched term is lesbian. Cool. Next one is MILF. Okay. Next one after that, hentai. Latina, ebony, Asian, big ass, BBC, threesome, cream pie, stepmom, anal, big tits, and black round out the top 10. There you go. It's a lot of weebs. I think they've just fucking completely taken over at this point. I think we got to argue that the weebs have taken over at this point. Like, what does that even look like? It's the third most popular search term. Hentai. What? Woman facing jail time in a cyber farting case after she sent multiple videos of her tooting to her boyfriend's ex. What? Hold the fuck up.
A woman from Wales is facing jail after bombarding her boyfriend's ex with videos of herself farting. Rhiannon Evans, 25, has appeared in court today to plead guilty to harassment in Britain's first ever cyber farting case. She is accused of causing distress or anxiety to her boyfriend's ex after sending videos of herself passing wind. The prosecution told the magistrates that in the first video she sent, she proceeds to pass gas by placing the camera on her bottom and passing the gas. Over the next few days, another 4 videos were sent of the same nature, showing Rhiannon passing wind and then showing her face smiling at the camera. Her tooting continued on Boxing Day and New Year's Day, despite police getting wind of what had happened. Rihanna was arrested at her home in Carnarvon and will be sentenced this week.
She got arrested. I gotta save this, dude. I gotta save this to something. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, yeah, you can bookmark things on... I'll just bookmark it. Where does that exist at? How do you find your bookmarks? Oh, there. There we go. Cool. I'm gonna just start bookmarking these things when I find them, because that's DFF material if ever I heard it, dude. Yeah, dude, for like Fart Lady did nothing wrong, dude. You could just block her. Just block her. Like you can, if somebody texts you and farts, you don't have to accept texts from that person ever again. Just block her. Move on with your life. Now, if she was going and getting like 8 burner phones to send toots, maybe, okay, maybe at that point you got a case. You got a civil case, but nobody should be arrested. Yeah, that's harassment. But if you're just, yeah, just block me, dude. You block the lady or just mute her number or whatever so you never know that she's sending you toots. That's the best way to do it. And then just make a social media account called My Boyfriend's Ex is a Big Fucking Nasty Farting Bitch and release all of the farts on it. That'd be funny. See, there's just multiple ways that this could have been dealt with, you know? I feel. Or just keep your farts to yourself in the first place. Psst. You socially cold Icelandians, dude. You guys are so uptight, man. You keep every little squeaky fart inside of you, dude. No, you gotta let it out, bro. We need to talk more about farts, not less. Yeah, the lady that yells fart. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things. I think I could find it. Let's see. I might be able to find it. If I do this, yeah, I think this is definitely the guy. I just gotta find the one. He did so much Trump stuff, and that's all his most popular stuff. Yeah. No, it ain't this one. I'm gonna have to do if he took some of those down. No. Now I just gotta find it. I gotta find the moment.
Folks, my next guest literally needs no introduction. Literally no introduction.
Where's the fart lady? Come on, she's in here somewhere.
Black people say these people.
Oh, it's over in here somewhere.
Fart! Flatulating! Fart! Flatulating! Fart! Flat... Fart!
Fart! See, dude, I was able to find it pretty quick. That lets you know it really is one of my favorite fucking things, dude. Ooh-wee. Anyway, I will see you guys later.